All right, we're back here for King of the North, and in case anyone doesn't know by now, this is our year-long AFC North Pick'em competition. At the end of the season, whoever comes in last place gets punished. In the preseason, 2 years ago, Kenny had a gross of eggs thrown at him by fans in the Muni Lot before a game. In the preseason last year, Kenny had his hair and beard shaved clean off. Coming up for losing this past season, Kenny is going to get hit a few times by John Hughes. Our very own John Hughes, who is with us here today. Oh, yeah. John, are you excited about this?
I'm pretty excited, man. I remember when you first asked me about it, man. I was kind of on the fence and everything, but thought about it some more. I was like, this is a chance to kind of see if I got it still, man. So I'm excited.
Kenny, you excited?
The more John thought about it, the more he was like, I can't wait to hit this son of a bitch.
I got more and more excited as we kept thinking about it. I was like, oh, wait, you know what? This could be good.
I know last week, Kenny, you said you're getting less and less excited about this. Is that still the case?
Look, it is what it is. I said last week, let's dance, big fella. Let's do it. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, so that's coming up.
Building self-confidence at some point, just.
Yeah. We do have a date set for that, too. So mid-October is when we'll be filming that. I'm not sure when that'll come out for everybody else to watch. There's some editing that's involved, but we'll say late October-ish.
Well, that depends on how hard John hits me.
Yeah, if you're dead, there's not going to be any videos. But yeah, so it seems like you're getting pretty excited for that. And then this year, the loser... John, are you ready for this? Because I don't think you've heard it yet. The loser will be getting. The loser will be getting a Brazilian wax this year.
John's like, what did I sign up for?
Yeah. So, John, what are your thoughts on this?
Man.
Are you wondering if it's too late to back out?
I lose. no backing out, man. A bet's a bet, but man, that's rough. It won't be, but you know.
Yeah, well, that was my follow-up question, and you can join in on this, John, because you get the gist of this whole thing. Kenny, are you excited to have a Brazilian wax?
What's a nut, baby? What's a nut?
All right.
That's the competition I kept hearing. Kenny. So
yeah, absolutely. Every year.
John's like, I'm not worried. Kenny loses every year.
He's never won. So, but let's go ahead and get into this thing. First things first here. I want to remind everybody, Bone is the reigning defending King of the North. Second reminder, John Hughes is joining King of the North this year. He's here. He's here with us today.
I'm in it.
And then final reminder, Kenny's a clown. And so let's remind everyone of our current records after week 2. Bone stands on top of this thing at 4-2. And then all three of us, me, Kenny Thunder, and Big John Hughes, we're all tied at 3-3. Big John Hughes had a big week this past week.
I had a strong week too.
Oh yeah.
And so let's just go ahead and get right into it. This week's games. We'll start with the Ravens. They're staying home and they host Detroit.
This is where the games start to really matter because we've had division games the first 2 weeks. So now all of a sudden we're picking 4 games.
Yeah.
This is where the boys separate from the men.
Mm-hmm. And typically that's where Kenny's left at the bottom. So we'll start with John since it's his first time live with us. Well, not live, but it's his first time on air with us. John, who you got in this game?
Man, so I went back and forth with this one, but I got the Ravens winning this one. It's another game at home for them. Both of them looked good first 2 weeks, or at least the last week. And the Lions, I don't know, coming into Baltimore is going to be tough for them. And the way their defense was playing, it's going to be a rough day. So I think I got the Ravens.
Bone?
I'm also going Ravens. I think they're going to have a hard time stopping Lamar.
Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm excited for this game. I'll say that.
This is one of the
Monday Night Football, right?
Yep.
Lions, Ravens. Look, last week I think was a get-right game for both teams. Both of them scored a ton of points. When push comes to shove, I'll go home team. Let's go Ravens.
Yeah, but I'm also going to go with the Ravens in this one. Just the two-headed monster that is Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. The Browns bottled up Derrick Henry, only ran for 23 yards. Didn't matter. They still dominated. So it's really hard to keep this offense down for the whole night. So I'm going to go Ravens. I like the home field advantage as well. Next up here, Cincinnati traveling to Minnesota. This one's interesting because, we mentioned earlier in the show, Joe Burrow out for possibly 3 months with turf toe. You got Jake Browning in there. I know Kenny's excited because his girlfriend is always looking good.
Smoke show.
And then we got Minnesota, who just came out. We record on Mondays. Just came out today. JJ McCarthy officially ruled out already for that game with an ankle injury. So both teams without their starting quarterbacks. Jake Browning for the Bengals, and you got Carson Wentz is going to be starting for Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota in this. I think that the Bengals are not very good. That was even when they had Joe Burrow. I think they're not very good. And I just battle of the backups. I think I'd choose Carson Wentz over Jake Browning. So, I don't know. Minnesota, home team. Kenny, who you got?
I'm going to go Vikings here as well. I think they're the better overall roster.
I hate when I start off picking teams as Kenny.
I'll take Carson Wentz over Jake Browning, even though Browning's girl is a smoke show. Carson's girl ain't bad. Maddie Oberg, she's nice.
You know the names of all of the quarterbacks' girlfriends and wives in the NFL. That's a problem.
Browning's girl, though, is just spectacular. But I'll go Vikings in this one.
Did you see her outfit this past week?
Oh, my gosh. The orange pants. I mean, she just is like I said, is absolute. You don't get any better than that. I mean, she plays the role perfectly.
Yeah. Bone, what you got in this one? We're talking about the game, not quarterbacks.
Yeah, this is boring. I'm also going Vikings. Cincinnati had a hard time protecting Burrow. They're going to have a hard time protecting Jake Browning. So, yeah, I think he's going to get hit a lot.
John, who you got?
I hate to jump on the train, but I'm saying Minnesota too. Just because, like Bone was saying, I didn't think they looked well the first couple weeks, and they still got wins. I think they're going to be on their high horse, and Minnesota will knock them off.
All right.
There's 100 million obese adults in the United States, and the Cincinnati Bengals can't find 5 of them to protect Joe Burrow.
It feels bad. They're kind of in the same boat as the Browns, let's be honest. Anyways, next up here is Pittsburgh. They're heading out to New England. Kenny, who you got in this one?
Look, Vrabel's got them boys playing pretty good. I'm buying Drake May right now. 2 solid performances out of the gate, using his feet to make plays. I'm going to go, and we really haven't seen Travion yet. So I'm going to go Patriots in this one.
I'll go next here. Yeah, I mean, if you would have asked me this a week ago, Mike Tomlin is always the difference for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But then that whole blunder happened with that rookie kick returner and whatever happened there, and it completely turned the game around. They lost one that they should have won. That I would have, if you would have put them in the same position leading into that kickoff, I would have said 10 times out of 10 that they would have won that game. And it completely turned it. And it's just something that typically doesn't happen under Mike Tomlin. I'm wondering if they've finally reached a point with the team, personnel-wise, not necessarily coaching-wise. I think he's still a great coach, where they just lack the talent to actually, like, he can't make up for it.
He can't do it.
And you got Aaron Rodgers, who people like to talk about how he had a good first game. Aaron Rodgers is trash, man. He is not good. He is. We think Joe Flacco looks old. Aaron Rodgers looks ancient. That guy is bad. So I'm going to go Patriots in this one. Bone, who you got?
Man, we're going to be all picking the same teams this week. I'm going Patriots too. That was my first instinct. I kind of wanted to pick Steelers.
You come to the Burning River Sportscast.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Steelers
over again. Yeah,
third in the pecking order, but yeah, Patriots at home.
John, who you got?
I'm gonna go against the grain, man. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh on this one. And I hate picking Pittsburgh in anything. But I feel like you were talking about Tomlin, man. I think he's going to have these guys ready to go after a loss that they should have won, and like kind of just get back on track. So yeah, I got Steelers in this one.
You're so getting waxed. And finally, we got the Browns hosting Green Bay. Bone, you can go first in this one.
All right. So you guys can all pick the same team as me.
Now there's 4 of us, and there's 4 games, so everybody has to pick first once.
I got to pick Green Bay. They're just a better team. Jordan Love's pretty good, and Browns have had a rough go these last 2 weeks. So,
what's your score?
Oh, I got a score. Let's do 33-17 Green Bay.
I didn't spell that out at the beginning of the segment, but anybody at home, we give a score for the Browns game because that's the tiebreaker, is the number of correct scores you pick throughout the season. If there's two people at the bottom and somebody picked one score right and the other one picked 0, we got a winner. So, John, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go Packers with this one. Just
you
because,
really
like I said,
Browns, but I said you really want to go Browns, but you can't. This is for being whacked.
You know, I want to go Browns, especially at home too. But it's just been tough for us already this year. And like you said, the way Jordan Love's been looking, they got a nice offense and defense that's like I said, looking pretty solid. I got Packers with this one.
And your score?
Oh, and score. 24-7. I feel like our defense, if we can keep them off the field, that's the thing, right? Our defense plays well, but if you give them so many plays, right, like everyone's getting paid out there at the end of the day. It's not like, you're just playing against bums. So like the more opportunities you get. So it's just like, if we can keep our defense off the field with less opportunities for their offense, we can figure something out. But I just see it going a different way. And unfortunately, 24-7.
You're telling me we ain't going to figure it out. Got it.
If we can figure out an offense, man, that's the only thing, man. Yeah. So
we're averaging 13 points a game over the last 8 games.
John just said, if we could just figure out the offense, we'd be okay. That's half the game, John.
And maybe like a third, right? Because you got to throw in special team. That's a big part. That's the Steelers,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He got you there. If this was a debate, I'd say point John.
John played in the NFL. He knows a lot more than me.
Yeah. Kenny, what's your take on this game?
This is the easiest pick I'll make all week. Browns aren't good. The Packers are. We lose.
What's the score?
I'm going to go 27-13.
Nice. Not nice that we're going to lose, but then I'm last up here. I also have Green Bay. No surprise there. Listen, it's going to be a really, really long season for the Browns. I'm not ready to say, like, are we going to win any games? But on Sunday night show, I mean, I made it known. I said my window, I don't care who's starting at quarterback the rest of the season. Our window is 3 to 5 games. That's what we're going to win. If we start Joe Flacco the whole season, we win 5. If we start the rookies, we win 3. And that's just where we're at. So, an easy pick. I'm going Green Bay, and I got them 24-14. So,
John, can I ask you a question?
Oh, boy.
What you got?
Can we? I know we're not doing the defensive correspondence segment, but I just wanted to kind of get your NFL hat for a second. I mean, starting 0-2, I mean, how much of the reality of what we're feeling, which is this is going to be a long season, is going on in that locker room right now? I mean, as a player that's starting 0-2 and knowing it's been a difficult 0-2, I mean, how much of that just impacts the locker room, and like, how do guys stay motivated?
It's tough. It's still early, and I remember those 0-2 starts where you still had that confidence, that morale. Like, we can turn it around. We still got time, right? It starts to fade when you're getting into like mid-season, and obviously towards the end of the season, I was looking up vacations in the beginning of December when I played. So but yeah, in the beginning, it's tough to say. It's one of those, like, we put in all this work in training camp and OTAs. Like, I'd be damned if we fall right now in week 3. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to have that self-confidence, but you start to feel it, like I said, after a while.
Yeah, no, and just to add on to that question from Kenny, I mean, what, as a player, John, what kind of toll does this take on you, losing not only game after game in a given season, but year after year? What does that do to you as a player? Yeah,
that's a good question, man. So it takes a toll on the players, man, for sure. I'll never forget, man, it was my 4th year, and this was when the Rams were still in St. Louis, and we had played them in St. Louis, and I was on the team bus after the game. And this is after, year after year of losing seasons, right? And it was another, close game. We were winning, and then we lost at the end. And I never forget, man, I started breaking down crying, like, out of nowhere on the team bus. Like, guys are kind of looking at me crazy. Some guys felt me kind of, tap my back a little bit. But it's that emotional kind of damage that, losing time and time after again, when the game's over, fans, they're mad or whatever, and they might have something to say on Sunday night or Monday, but for players, man, we're looking at this as our jobs at stake now, especially as it keeps going on. Like, they're going to try to clean house and figure it out. So that's more of our guys' careers being changed at that point.
Yeah, and just the weight of that, I mean, is I can't even imagine. I mean, I've never not played well in a football game and been fired. So psychologically, do they provide? Do they actually bring anybody in to help you guys through these times or anything?
Funny you say that, man. I want to say after it might have been like that year or the year after. No matter of fact, I think it was my 5th year. They had brought a psychologist into the building. Like, literally was right down the hall from the locker room, and guys were scheduling meetings to talk. So I mean, it's crazy to think that when you're talking about football, right? People are like, oh well. How do the players, feel about these losses, or how how does it really impact them? Obviously we know what it does physically over time, right? But mentally with the losses, what does it do?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's pretty crazy. And it makes me curious now, not to make light of this, if the Browns are the only ones with
I was thinking the same.
On staff. They said, we've seen enough players break down. We need to do something about this. Right. And again, not to make light of the situation, John, I feel for you. That's terrible having to go through that. And I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say it's just a game, it's just football. But like you said, it's your livelihood. And I mean, that's a lot of stress. I can only imagine facing the possibility of losing my job tomorrow. So,
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you got, I was going to say, man, you got guys that really care, and the guys that really care, not just about making the money, but they're competitors that at heart and want to win. It's even more damaging. You know what I mean? For me, coming from Cincinnati, from playing in college for the Bearcats, man, we had really good teams, man. Losing wasn't really a thing that we did, right? Came off of 3 Big East championships and 2 BCS appearances, So coming into Cleveland, man, I wanted to change the script there. And, or be a part of it. Right. So that was one of those things year after year, it's man, what is it? Really, what is it? If you ask anybody in Cleveland, that's $1 million question.
Yeah, I feel for you, John. Every draft pick wants to come in here and change things. And
you know what I mean?
Intimate perspective on the humanity behind the game, which we don't often talk about.
Yeah. Real quick, you mentioned Cincinnati and winning a lot. You played with the Kelsey brothers, didn't you?
Yeah. So Jason was a year over me and Travis was a year under me.
Well, we've officially scooped the Kelsey brothers. We got this story from John before they did. So,
there it is.
I'm not saying our podcast is better. I'm just saying it's,
they're doing all right for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Marrying a billionaire princess. It's fine.
I got a however many $100 million deal for my podcast. Oh, yeah. No, John, thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, it truly does give a different perspective to all the fans as we think about what it means, all of the losing in Cleveland. Not only what we're going through, but what you guys are going through. So,
oh yeah, man, most definitely, man. I feel fans need to understand that, for the players, it's we want to win just as bad, or most times more. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot more at stake at the end of the day. Between getting paid, obviously, but then having a roster spot, our livelihood. So,
and what was your quote on Sunday night's show? The last time the Browns went 4-0 in the preseason, the last time they went undefeated in the preseason and started 0-2 was 2017. And in case anyone was wondering what happened that year,
it wasn't good.
Yeah. So, hopefully we're not on our way. But John, hey, thanks so much for joining us for King of the North. We hope to have you on again real soon. And thank you for, even though we didn't prepare you, taking a defensive correspondent question for us. Until next time, John.
I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, I would say good luck, man, but I'm not trying to get that Brazilian, so I'll see you.
Later, John.
Take it easy.